Well, I've had a lot of people there write me messages and comments and stuff there from where I posted a picture of my wing here on the Cub page or whatever, and I was just going to go over how I made these end numbers, and these are just templates that I cut out and laid out here on the wing just to get an idea as to where the numbers are going to go. So, because on your bottom left wing, which is this wing here, your numbers go on the bottom left wing and the top right. I've seen a couple, two or three, where they've put them backwards, and that's not period correct. But whatever floats your boat. But I was going to go over how I make these end numbers, or what I use to make them. It's really simple, but it was hard before I realized how to do it. And I scratched my head and my butt and everything else. I called a buddy of mine up and I said, "Hey man," I said, "have you got some templates of the numbers and letters and stuff?" And he's like, "Well, yeah, I got a pattern. I'll send you." So he sent me one and give it to me, and it was just cut out of a hard plastic or something, made off of the original. But you used to could buy them at Wag Arrow, and now they don't sell the 2-foot templates. They sell the 12-inch templates, which is like the old end numbers that Granddaddy had on the side of the fuselage. And so anyways, I was going to just show you here right quick, in case if people there don't know, and I'll post a little picture here in the video. I'll go ahead and post it in just a minute after I explain this. But your measurements from the factory, off the factory blueprints, you hook your root rib and come in 16 inches, come in 16, and put just barely put your little pencil mark on there. And an eraser will take it off if you just do a real light little pencil mark, just enough there where you can see it. And you hook down here on the trailing edge and come up 26 and a half. All right, now how I got my layout, because if you hook here and come up 26 and a half, hook here and come up 26 and a half, yeah, you could pull a line and do all of that and try to get it right. But sometimes this trailing edge here might not be, exactly perfectly straight. So what I've done is I measured the 26 and a half from over here up, and then I measured from that mark, from the 26 and a half mark up 2 foot. And like I said, these templates are just, you can see it's off here a little bit. That's just little template patterns, whatnot. But what I done is on my tape lines here, how I ran my tape, 3-inch tape. You can see the jagged edge right here, and this tape line is dead straight with this front leading edge and all of that. So what I done is I measured, which you can see it better right over in here, but I measured out from this tape line, or you can see where that line right in here, that's the bottom edge of the leading edge, the aluminum leading edge. So you can measure off of that and come down and get your measurement from that point over here to your 2-foot point or whatever. But what I done is I measured off of the tape, off of the pink tape down, and then I went down there and done the same thing, measured out, came down, and then from that mark I measured down 24 inches to get that bottom line. And as you can see, I mean, it's all, if you can make out, but it's dead straight like it should be. Okay, and then what you do is once you come over to the 16-inch mark, all of your letters and numbers should be 16 inches wide by 24 inches tall. And so what you do is you go from here, all right, come over 16, put a little mark, whatever, and that's where the N will be. And if you're going to do the C, which most people do nowadays with restoring Cubs and stuff like that, because that's how they left the factory, with the NC number. But 4 inches in between here, 4 inches in between the N and the C, and then your 16-inch mark, and then you got 8 inches. So you come 8 inches between the C and the first number. and then it's 4 inches in between each number on down or letter, whatever your numbers are and stuff. But the 7, this 7 here, a lot of people make the 7s like my grandfather made that 7 there. They just go straight across the top and then comes, you know, down on the slope or whatever you want to call it. But this 7 right here is how they done them from the factory. I know in 46 anyways, because there's a picture of a 46 Cub floating around out there that the guy's hanging off the landing gear, standing out on the tower, trying to, you know, prop his plane when he's looks like he's 500 or 600 feet in the air, you know. You can see that 7 on that wing, but a buddy of mine, which I saw the picture years ago, never really paid attention to the numbers there on it, but a buddy of mine done his airplane and put the 7 on it like that, and he's like, hey man, you need to do the 7 like this, because that's how they were from the factory. And I went back and I seen the picture and I ran the end numbers on the plane, and that plane didn't fly but about 6 months from the date that it left the factory until it was canceled, which tells me that the old man there may not have got his engine there propped off after showing off having that picture there made, you know. So anyways, but here's how you do all the letters and numbers now, and this one pattern, because like I said, I thought that they would be, you know, 1 through 0, or 1 through 9 and 0, or 0 through 9 have, you know, that many patterns, and then A to Z have that many patterns to get all of it. But what you make all of it out of is this, and a lot of people know this, some people here don't. But this right here will get every letter from A to Z and every number from 0 to 1. Or, I'm sorry, 0 to 9. And what it is, I mean, you know, after you look at it, you can kind of tell and figure it out. So, and you don't want to cut these patterns here off if you ever get one. And, you know, it's not that much, got a little gnat in here. What you do is you'll use this 1 to make the N, and a 7 and M and, you know, Z and all the other letters and stuff like that or whatever. And then the 8, you'll use it for all your numbers. So as you can see, like how my 8 is made, okay, and then my 9. So all you do on the 9 is you'll leave out this little section right up here, and what was it? I think I put a mark right here where you come up. I think this is 2.5 in between each one, but you know, just come up just a little ways, and then on your 3, you do the 3s, you know, just like an 8, leave out sections. You know, 2s, they're made the same way, similar, and so, you know, anyways, but that's how you make the letters and numbers and everything and lay them out. And, you know, like I said, I'm just laying mine out just to kind of get an idea, because what it is, whenever they land on top of an inspection plate, the best thing, I mean, you know, you have to, well, see, like right here, this is going to be a little clear plexiglass cover. And this is right where mine is at, which tells me that my aileron cable is going to come out of my number, which is fine because it'll have a black patch here over it, and it'll just blend right on in, a black leather patch. But, you know, this one here is fine, but this inspection ring right up here is going to have part of the number there painted in. And you can do it 1 or 2 different ways. You can go ahead and cut your inspection rings out, and if your plates are already painted yellow, then snap your plates in, and as you're marking off and masking off for the letters and everything, just go ahead and mask off that. But you want to make sure that you get the tape kind of tucked underneath that little lip from where that plate's going to be pulled down tight to your fabric, so you don't get any kind of overspray underneath of it and, you know, cause a booger or something. But if you do, and if you're using Airtech paint, take you some acetone on a paper towel or wring it out real good and put it on the tip of a screwdriver and just go down and just barely wipe it with that acetone, and you don't want to saturate it. You just want to just wipe it off, and the acetone won't hurt the finish on the paint. You know, if you just do like that, just barely wipe it off of there. But anyways, that's how you make the end numbers to go on wings. And the ones on the rudder, they're a little bit different. They were made different from the factory than what these here were. So whenever I get to that point, we'll go over that and show you how we do that. But anyways, I'll do a little update video on Cub and process and whatnot, what all I got going on. But I'll throw a couple of pictures here in at the end of this video right here and show you the wings there and everything as I brought them out of the paint booth and whatnot. So they turned out pretty good. So anyway, thank you for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you hadn't already, and we'll try to keep you updated there on more videos. I've been trying to get as much done as I can. So anyway, thank you for watching.